CHAMPS Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
All right, welcome to another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. I'm Jonathon, Kidd, along with Sean Belize. Sean, how are you doing today?
John, just strange times. I think we're all trying to get through it together. It's impacting every way of life that we are, I guess, have grown accustomed to. And I think for us sports fans, it's really a change of pace. It's something that we've never really had to endure in our lifetime.
Obviously, we thought our final show was going to be at the USA Hockey Arena, and right now the tournament is on pause. So what's been the reaction that you've been getting from the coaches so far?
It was the right decision on Thursday. I think when it happened on Thursday, especially a couple hours before the game, I think the initial gut reaction from people that I talked to was, why are you doing this now? The MHSAA was right, and I don't think there's going to be one person out there that can deny that now. And it's interesting because I saw as a few hours passed by, a few of the people that were kind of vocal about it kind of said, no, in retrospect, I was thinking with my heart as opposed to thinking with my head. So the MHSAA did what was right. Like you, I hope this is a pause. I hope this is a pause for the coaches and the kids that have worked so hard to get to this point. I really do. Is it possible that they could play? Yeah, it is. And I think, John, as long as that door's open a crack, it's almost like that line from Dumber and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. Well, there is a chance. How great is that chance? I don't know.
Leading up to the semifinals last week, it was a fantastic playoff run.
It was, and I think that's why so many of us were excited to head out to USA Hockey Arena on Thursday, and we had a dandy to start it. We really did. I mean, we were getting ready for Trenton and Heartland, of course, going for a three-peat. And Trenton, that legendary hockey community, one of the most legendary hockey communities there is, that they were mounting up to get out there. I hadn't left yet. I heard that there were some people that had already kind of made their way out there, and obviously a lot of the teams were already there, and off-ice officials, on-ice officials, and I was about a half hour away from leaving. And when the news came down. And again, I don't think anybody's going to complain about the decision. It's tough that it happened when it happened.
Just think about this. Like when we had 9/11, we knew that the games were going to go on. It took about a week later, obviously, in the state of Michigan. Actually, high school football was still going on that same week. With this situation, we don't know.
Everything's up in the air. You're right. I'll never forget. I had to do a radio show outside of the big house, and it was really strange because there were no planes in the air. And that's something that you were used to on Saturday morning going to Ann Arbor, all the banners flying across the stadium and everything. And I was actually talking to Darren McCarty, who's a friend of high school hockey, about this the other day. In that first game back at Joe Louis Arena, it was an exhibition game. And just how strange it was, not only for fans, but for members of the media and for players as well. That was a strange thing. Certainly life as we knew it had changed. John, to your point, this is something entirely different because we don't know. In the example of this, we don't know if it's coming back. We don't know if we're going to have a true 2020 champion in Division I, Division II, Division III. I hope we do. That same thing can be said. We don't know when baseball's coming back. We don't know when basketball's coming back. We don't know when this, that, or the other's coming back. So you're absolutely right. This is, a strange scenario, one that we haven't encountered yet.
All right. Obviously, we are taping this on Monday morning, so obviously things could change when the show air. Let's just say in a perfect world, the hockey tournament does come back. How many weeks do you feel like the players need to have to get back into game shape and then they get playing?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know what? I think if you asked every player on every team and every member of the staff, they'd want to play. There's no doubt about that. John, my guess is give them a couple weeks. And, you have to remember, a lot of these guys are multi-sport athletes. So that's basically saying to them, hey, forget about your baseball season that's going on, whatever season's going on, and we want you to focus on this. I would say a couple weeks, but honestly, I think there isn't a player out there, again, or a coach out there that would love to say, let's give her a go. It doesn't matter whether it be at USA, whether it be up in Saginaw, wherever it is. Go out to Byron Center. Let's find a way to play this. Let's hope that they get that opportunity.
So, Sean, the big question I got over the weekend is, what are you guys going to do about your Player of the Year? So, Sean, what we came up with? Yeah,
John, it's interesting because in my humble opinion, I think this is a case the season isn't done yet. And until the season is done, I don't think we should make a decision. And that's where that's at right now. I think it's safe to say, is there a guy in the lead right now? Yes. Is there a possibility that somebody could win it? Yes, depending on how things play themselves out. So let's let this process play itself out. And until you hear us say, the MHSAA say, this is done, I think we have to keep this open.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on State Champs Hockey Time.
I admit it. I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramus with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Today on Game Changers, we're going to be going over sensory training. Athleticism is more than just training power and speed. Training your sensory system, utilizing your eyes, can improve your reaction time and your quickness. We're going to be training your eyes, connected to your brain, connected to your body. After all, the difference between winning and losing sometime is an inch or a fraction of the second. So let's show you how you can train your vision to become a quicker athlete. We utilize synaptic glasses. These glasses will block out part of his visual field intermittently while we just do a basic training technique, catching a ball. Looks like this. Now, if you don't have the synaptic glasses like we have here at the DMC, you can utilize just a ball with numbers, letters, or arrows on it like this. What number do you see?
4. 2.
What letter do you see?
B. C.
Which direction is the arrow pointing?
Right. Down. Up.
This will improve your reaction time in any sport. So whatever the sport, incorporate sensory training into your next workout.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
All right, welcome back to State Champs Hockey Time. So, Sean, no matter what happens here, it was a great high school hockey season, even though we don't know as of Monday as of yet. But, just talk about the season in general.
One of the things that I love, and we've been fortunate enough to do this for a few years now in one incarnation or another, one of the things that I love is it seems like every year there's a new team that kind of bursts on the scene and has a lot of people talking. And I think what's interesting about this year is there's a few teams that could make that case. And let's see if they become part of the usual suspects. I mean, when you think about it, John, in the course of doing this, I think you have to be in there on a year in, year out basis to be categorized as a quote unquote usual suspect. Heartland has become a usual suspect. Heck, they're back-to-back Division II champions. Saginaw Heritage, there's no doubt about that. They have become a usual suspect. So when you add that to the perennial powerhouses, and that's what I term the usual suspects, it's making high school hockey such a better place. And, you see teams popping up, whether it be the great story out of Kalamazoo. I thought that Traverse City this year took a big step. You had 3 pretty good teams in the Traverse City area. You know what Marquette and Calumet and Houghton bring to the table, and Hancock's coming back too. Make no mistake about that.
And you've been talking about Howell for years, and they've made a big step.
Yeah, it was a nice step, but it was something that you saw. You saw it starting last year, and so because of that, high school hockey's at a fantastic place. But, okay, with all that being said, it's always fun to talk about the new kid on the block. I think there's still something to be said about those programs, Catholic Central and Trenton and Brighton and Livonia Stevenson and Brother Rice. The year in, year out, they just continue to produce, not only high-caliber teams, but high-caliber players as well. High school hockey's at a really good place. And, yeah, right now we're feeling less than fulfilled. I'd be lying if we said otherwise. And my heart goes out to each and every one of those kids and the coaching staffs of the teams that made it to the Final Four. But you are part of a pretty special season in more ways than one.
And we got a lot of feedback that everyone liked that 3-week playoff format that was introduced this year.
Yeah, I think that's something that we'll see that be more of a factor as the years go by. There's no doubt about it. I thought the first week of the playoffs was awesome. Yeah. And just on a personal level, if I may personalize it, I was able to drive around within, about a 30-minute radius and go see a couple games one night and go see a couple games the next night, go see a couple games the night after that, literally from Monday to Saturday. I thought that was pretty stinking cool. And that's great for the fans as well.
Yeah, and also, too, we had that great quarterfinal weekend. You had, triple overtime games. You had big crowds, especially at the disc.
Yeah, that's the stuff that you want to see. You want to see the people mount up and come out and support this. And, we've seen that for the many tournaments over the year, but especially at tournament time, there's nothing like it. What a great atmosphere.
And before we let you go, we'd like to send a special thanks to all of our sponsors, F-State Champs Hockey Time, proud supporters of high school hockey across this great state of Michigan.
Well, and you know what? Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Without you guys, we can't do this. And this has been such a joy. John, I think I can speak for you. This has been such a joy for us to do. So thank you for allowing us to do this, because without you, we don't have the cameras. We don't have the capability to stream this. We're just 2 idiots sitting in a room. We're still 2 idiots in a room, but because of you, we can get this out there to other people. So that's going to do it for this edition of Hockey Time. Hopefully, not the last edition of this season. We'd love to see you back and refire up that talk about the Final Four. In the meantime, for John Kidd, I'm Sean Belegian. We'll see you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.